Hello everyone, I'm the Action Junkie, and I'm back with my Terminator retrospective. I know I promised one video a week every Sunday, but things got complicated. I had to go out of town for a few days, but I'm back, and now with my review of Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. So, once again, Arnold Schwarzenegger is back at the T-800 and has come back to protect John Connor from the evil John Connor, this time played by Nick Stahl, and here's sent to protect him from the evil TX, played by Kristanna Loken. Now, this is my second favorite in the series after the first Terminator movie, and should be told that it's very underrated. People dismiss this movie, and sometimes even flat out hate it because they put Terminator 2 such on a high pedestal that this movie is just, well, as they would call, stupid. And even James Cameron dismisses this movie because he says that it's all focused. So what I'm going to do here is not just give you a review, but also give you a little bit of what I call science fiction science. Okay. Now we all have learned from science fiction, like from Doctor Who, Back to the Future, is that time is in flux. It can be rewritten, not in this universe, but in the universes that we know and love. So, with that in mind, let me explain what I'm talking about using this little chalkboard via Back to the Future. Let's say this represents the Terminator timeline. Here's where the first Terminator came, 1984. Here is 1990, where they destroyed Cyberdyne. I'm sorry if you can't see this very well. Where they destroyed Cyberdyne, and here is Judgment Day, 1997. Now, when the first Terminator was destroyed, they recovered his chip and his hand. I forgot to mention, I'm going to give away some spoilers, so just to be clear. So, in 1990, Sarah, John, and the Terminator decide to blow up Cyberdyne, killing Miles Bennett Dyson. Well, not killing him, he killed himself. And destroying Cyberdyne, the chip, the hand, and basically anything that remnants. So they figured, after that, no problem, evil's punished. After that, no problem, evil's punished. But here's the thing. In the scene where we first meet Miles Dyson, we see him at Cyberdyne, working with people, and basically generally just, all this research. Here's the thing I have a problem with. There are dozens of people working at Cyberdyne, working on the same project that he is. He may be project leader, but they're still working on the same project. I mean, he may have the brains to create the Skynet at 1997, and also, all that. But, like I said, how do we know that these people didn't take their work home, made backups of everything at home, and stuff like that? So, when Miles was killed, and Chip and everything was destroyed, that they thought, oh, that stops Judgment Day. Wrong. As the Terminator says, you only postponed it. Judgment Day is inevitable. As the Terminator put it, you only postponed it. Judgment Day is inevitable. So what happened? Was, when they destroyed Cyberdyne and everything, it's a little clearer, what they ended up doing is moving the time, is creating a tangent, not an alternate timeline, mind you, but a different timeline where Skynet became self-aware this time in 2003. Now, like I said, the people that were working at Cyberdyne when Miles was working there, and also when they were killed, they didn't have his smarts, and they also didn't have the chip and everything, so they were working on their own research. That explains why Skynet was postponed. Why Judgment Day was postponed, because they were only working on their research. They're working on their own research. That also may affect how the Terminators work, because in Terminator 3 he says he works on hydrogen fuel cells, which become unstable. Then when they become unstable, they go kaboom. That also may work how the HKs work, their sizes, or how Skynet works. It became a virus. Well, I don't think of it as a virus. I think what it was like a leaky faucet. He was just Skynet. Well, I shouldn't have said he, but it was sort of dripping itself, planning for its attack. Okay, so you know, many people would say, "Oh, this movie brings up plot holes." You know, why didn't the Terminator explode in '84? In '84, when Sarah crushed him, maybe Skynet in this new timeline, you know, had to take a little longer to figure out the problems with the Terminator. So when they send them back into the past, those problems are now fixed. But maybe this is a new. I don't know. I may have. But anyway, that's the thing with the Terminator series, and that's what James Cameron should have realized. That not one man is not responsible for the destruction of the human race. Okay, there are dozens of people. There are dozens of people that were working on this project. You take out one, 5 more will take its place. 5 more will take its place. It's like a hydra. So I know I'm going a little exaggerated with this video, and you know, explaining everything, but that's how I feel about it, and that's my science. It may not be perfect, it may not be accurate, but that's how I feel. And as a story as a whole, what do I think of it? Now I'm getting off track here, of course, but as Terminator 3 story-wise, how do I like it? Movie-wise, I like it. It's freaking awesome. It has everything you want. It has action. It has Schwarzenegger. It has good characters, good story. It is freaking awesome. Okay, I don't see the hate. I never was really that type of person. Well, I just exposed my hypocrisy right there, as you know, my turtle video. But as for Terminator, I was never a big fan of it, so you know, I never really had that much hate. And plus, I thought it was pretty cool. 4.5 out of 5. There's a few things in this movie that keep it from being a perfect score, but it's still a good movie. I highly recommend it. I'm a completist, so that's why it's added to my collection. So, but really, if you haven't seen it, see it. It's really worth your time. And next week we will continue my Terminator retrospective with the last movie in the franchise, or as it is so far, with Terminator Salvation. I hope you all join me, and if you have any comments, suggestions, or complaints, especially about this video, or any of my other videos, please leave them in the comment section below, or message me. Go right ahead, message me. Well, that's it for today. I got stuff to do. I'm the Action Junkie, and I like things that go boom.